Good morning, Monday, December 16th. I mean, the last full week before Christmas. What else can we say? Well, we're talking about Tesla's push into Canada with the Cybertruck, the longest range EV, and the brick and mortar boom.
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 It felt right. Oh, man.
I'm telling you, first of all, Nashville's done lost its mind.
Okay.
It flurried snow again last Wednesday.
Nashville trying to be Syracuse out here.
Then it was like 19 degrees again. And then it was like 63.
Oh.
So like we're out here.
63?
We just don't even know what season it is.
When was it 63?
Just over the weekend.
Oh
It was
my
beautiful.
gosh.
63 and sunny, just gorgeous. Like
What's it today?
nasty. Just
At least you got the break. That's the maybe that's the only differentiator
we
now.
we get breaks fairly often. Like we'll hit a 70-day, but it just then it like everyone's nose is running. It gets all sideways. It's just,
Right. Everybody's just sick.
everybody's
I don't know.
just
I spent most of the day. We went to church in the morning, but then I just spent all day just inside and relaxing, watched a lot of football, ate some food. It was a good kind of day.
well. Yesterday the Bengals won, which is a rare sight. It wasn't pretty. It was not pretty. Like it was ugly. Even at one point, I got it. You'll love this. Like the commentators, I think it's like fourth quarter. They're like, well, you know, there's 33 points, 37 points, whatever it was on the board. We don't really know how we got here, but you can tell why both these teams have losing records. You know, it's like that was the line. I was like, oh wow, that's tough.
You're like, I know. As an Eagles fan, I've been in that position. Not this year, but we'll be back soon. We'll be back soon.
Probably.
Oh, man. Speaking of being back soon, this Wednesday, 2 days from now, we're having our next ASOTU Edge webinar with automotiveMastermind. We're going to be talking about sales to service processes. And the coolest part is we have Shane O'Hanneran, GM at Chapman BMW Chandler, talking about transforming his dealer service drive into a sales hub, averaging now 30 to 45 cars per month. So if you want to learn how he's doing that, get a couple ideas heading into the new year, we'd highly recommend it. It's a very quick shot webinar, 20, 30 minutes. Go to ASOTU.com and you can register right there. You can get the recording. You can be there live and heckle us, and you can learn how to make your business better. How's that for a value proposition?
Lots of value props. Speaking of being live this week, we are headed into our 4th annual year-end extravaganza. That's YEE. For those that don't know, YEE, year-end extravaganza, that's going to be on Thursday. You're not going to want to miss it. That is, we're going to have people like Zach Kinch, Austin Conroy, Daniel Govert, Elena Ciccatelli, Michael Cirillo, Ryan Rorman. You might have seen these people across the interwebs. They're going to be talking about the year in review and what to look forward on next year. And we're just going to have a lot of fun. Paul and I probably get dressed up. You know, that's how.
Oh, definitely getting dressed up, getting dust off the old suit. You know, get ready to go.
Dust it off.
Dust it off. No, my suit's good. I wore it a couple times this year.
I'm so proud of you.
I'm ready to get the blue one going. I have a blue one that I just haven't, you know.
You got a blue suit?
I do.
Is it
I didn't
bright
like
blue?
Just get it. Is it what? It's
Bright
not
blue?
No.
Oh,
Yeah,
I was
periwinkle.
excited.
There's periwinkle.
Little periwinkle.
We
Let's
hope
get
you
out
join
of
us,
this.
though. Yeah, let's go.
Talking about periwinkle.
It's the Monday before Christmas, everybody. Listen, Tesla is taking unprecedented steps to address waning demand for the Cybertruck by repurposing its premium Foundation Series models and turning its attention to the Canadian market. So you remember the Foundation Series Cybertruck? They were the first ones produced, were priced $20,000 higher than the regular Cybertruck and bundled with some premium features. One of those features was the laser-etched branding or badging on the side of the vehicle. We've seen it. However, many of these trucks are now remaining unsold, prompting Tesla to get this. This is how you do it. Just send it to a body shop and take off the foundation badging, and it's $20,000 cheaper. Isn't that
20
amazing?
grand cheaper? Done. Unbelievable.
I mean, they did bundle some other stuff with it. But Tesla's also, after it's doing this, shipping 800 Cybertrucks to Canada for, what is that? Homologation?
Homologation. Yeah. Basically, you just got to say, like, hey, this thing works in Canada for all the regulations and everything that work up there. Yeah.
And now they're trying to leverage some discounts, adding the Cybertruck to its referral program. They're cutting their lease pricing on it trying to, move more Cybertrucks. They obviously, I think they moved 50,000 so far. They were thinking they were going to do 100,000, but, people started canceling the orders. The one that's coming out that they talk about is $61,000. So that'll make, I think, a sizable difference.
That one's going to scream, I'm telling you.
One of the things they're doing is sending these trucks to all these collision centers, all like random collision. Well, I'm sure they're not random, but different collision centers. And they're just like kind of jamming up the system to take off the badging. And I think it's etched into the stainless.
So strange.
So I guess they're going to have to like sand it out and then like refinish the door in a way that makes it match the rest of the truck. That sounds really difficult as someone who's spent a lot of time polishing metal.
I got to wonder, like, why Canada? Like, what research said, yeah, they'll probably pay for the more expensive ones that don't really do great in snow?
No, I don't think they've released in Canada yet.
Oh, that's why.
Yes.
Okay, so it's
that's
like
why.
there's pent up demand type thing.
Yeah.
I got it. I got it.
That's
Fair.
why they're not like, oh, the Canadians will buy them, right? That's why, because they haven't released them there yet, so it'll be their first crack against some Cybertrucks.
They'll be so excited.
They'll move some metal, and then it'll be interesting to see what they do with the Cybertruck next year. Obviously, it was a huge. I mean, regardless if it wasn't a ton, like. They made quite a splash this year, in my opinion.
They made a splash. And I think that, hey, look, Tesla says they never do marketing. I would say that I would beg to differ. I think their cars are the marketing themselves.
Yeah. Speaking of marketing yourself.
Stop.
Segue.
Time.
Speaking of EVs, too, range anxiety is continuing to be a significant barrier for many EV shoppers, but manufacturers are addressing these concerns with some innovative designs, longer ranges, positioning EVs as a more practical solution. Mainstream consumer shifting focus now from sustainability narratives to tangible benefits like lower ownership costs. So we thought we would give you a little breakdown of the top 10 EVs with the longest range. So I'm going to actually, it's written from like the most to the least, but we have to read it from the least to the most.
To the most.
I think we saw. Number 10, Tesla Model X. 335 miles, 335 miles. 9, Mercedes EQS SUV, 339. Number 8, another version of that same vehicle for the sedan version, 352. Hyundai Ioniq 6, 361. Tesla Model 3 rear wheel drive, 363. Hitting the middle of the list now, Tesla Model 3 all-wheel drive, 402. The Rivian R1S Dual Max, 410. Another Rivian R1T, 420 miles an hour. Number 2 is I didn't expect this one. Number 2, Chevy Silverado EV First Edition, 440 miles of range. And
that's
the number
impressive.
1 longest range, not the cheapest, the Lucid Air Grand Touring, whopping 516 miles, with also a price tag that's really high.
110 G's. Yo.
For a sedan.
Yeah, for a sedan. Here's the cool part. We're seeing more and more of these vehicles get to that over 300 mile range, which there's been a lot of talk like that's the barrier of entry. Seeing the Hyundai Ioniq 6 at a price point in the 30s.
Yep.
Hit that number, over 350 actually at 361 miles.
Yeah.
That right there is, I think, the bar that more and more are going to have to meet to get a bit more mass adoption. Like it stated, people, early adopters of EV were doing it in order to kind of like satisfy themselves that they were being better for the environment, but the practicality is moving in to the buyer matrix. So saying like, hey, is it going to be a lower cost to own? Can I afford it? Will it be better for like my daily habits? Those are all the questions that a lot of EV shoppers are having right now. So I'm excited to see more hitting this. However, the practicality of the majority of these being well over 65 grand, I don't know if we're all the way there yet.
I know. Brian Ortega, thanks for just making the comment. Read it like Letterman. I used to love the Late Show's top 10. We need to bring that back.
Letterman was amazing.
We need to bring that back, the top 10. Number 10. Those were great. I watched that show so much in high school.
So
believe
much.
it or not, Letterman show. But back to the EV conversation. A lot of other data points have come out supporting, I think, getting people to start to turn to look toward EV ownership. One, I think we covered it last week or the week before, talking about the battery life being far more than what, the warranty period is. People are like, oh, well, at least the battery is so expensive. But now they're like, hey, after 20 years, battery life still might be at like 85%.
Yeah.
So I think there's a lot of reasons more people are going to shift to EVs, but the price point, obviously one. And there's more and more options every day. And I think next year is going to be a regardless of what happens with the credits.
Yeah.
Regardless.
It'll be fine.
I know. Will it be the year that I get an EV? I've been
back and forth on this thing. I've honestly been back and forth. Like I'm looking, I'm like 4 or 5 months away from the full itch, and so we'll see what happens. We'll see.
Nick Schultz,
follow your boy's story on.
Nick Schultz chimes in on the live stream. Lease only makes sense on most of them, and fully agree with you, Nick. I mean, right now especially some amazing lease deals, which is why I'm thinking like, didn't even look at the Honda Prologue. Right, they got a pretty sweet deal on that sucker. $260 a month with like $3,000 down or something like that.
That's not bad.
Give old Brian Benstock a call. See if he hook a brother up.
There you go.
Let's see. I don't know how we're going to segue into this one.
No segue.
Speaking,
stop.
Okay, we can't stop it. Go ahead.
Fine. Right. In-store shopping isn't just back. It is booming. Strengthened by year-end innovations and experiences, brick and mortar stores are delivering unmatched value for both consumers and brands. Here's the stats on holiday shopping. Holiday sales are projected to go 2.5 to 3.5 this year, with total spending reaching up to $989 billion. Immersive attractions like Natick Mall's Santa Elevator Express is creating a lot of unique opportunities for brand discovery. To that alone, 5,000 families booked visits. Experiences like batting cages at Dick's House of Sport and lifestyle zones like the Green at Oxmoor Center keep shoppers engaged beyond the holidays. So there's like extended experiences. Gen Z, the omni shopping generation, balances online browsing with in-store purchases, making up nearly 50% of total spending in mass merchandise and grocery categories. I mean, Gen Z got some money, fam. Holy cow. This is cool.
Okay, so I was shopping at the mall over the weekend, believe it or not.
Impressive.
And it was great. Like, I love shopping in person. Even when it's crowded, there's something about it that I love. And the idea that when they talk about omnichannel, when you can walk in to a mall with one thing on your list and walk out with a bunch of other stuff, I think that's a win for every retailer in the mall.
Yep.
Right? You feel there's a sense of accomplishment, instant gratification. You can actually see and try. There's some Christmas music going on. And even aside from the Christmas music, you look at like these companies like, like Dick's Sporting Goods saying like, hey, we're going to start to bundle stuff together. People who buy sports stuff also like to do sports stuff. So we're going to give them golf simulators and batting cages. Oh, why not put a restaurant in there? We were at a dealership the other week that has a kind of a little bit of an idea about
a little bit of that feel. Yeah. For me, the point of this is like, how do you craft unique experiences alongside others, or how do you enter into the experiences where other people are already shopping? I wish more and more that people were investing in pop-up shops around high shopping and high traffic areas, right? Like little unique boutiques for 2 to 3 weeks where you can showcase a product. Why not invest in that? Even if it's like your used car brand, like you're going to have to wait till next year, but there's always a mall spot open for a boutique. Like create the little boutique during a holiday season or a high visibility shopping season to drive demand and interest.
Well, look, if all that talk about holiday shopping didn't remind you that you need to do your holiday shopping, then you're not going to make it. You're just not going to make it. So we got a little more than a week left. Listen, we'll be here all week. We will see you tomorrow.